Hello everyone. I hope you're all having a great summer so far. I was recently looking through my old scrapbooks, and I'm going to be vlogging a lot through looking at myself through scrapbooks. But before I get started with doing that, I thought I'd make a separate video today of an article that I actually found in one of my scrapbooks. It's an article I was in when I just got diagnosed with autism, actually, to be honest, called Society Helps Families with Autism Resources. It was made on I'm pretty sure it was the Nanaimo Daily News or Community News. It's something, or the Nanaimo News Bulletin, one of the two. And here is a picture. Me right there. I was almost 3 at the time. And it's a big article, and I never remembered sharing it too much. I never remembered sharing it through YouTube. So I'm actually gonna read this full article to you guys right now. So hopefully you guys all enjoy this article. So this article is posted on the newspaper on this draft on October 22nd, 2001. At first glance, it's hard to tell that 3-year-old Matthew Krassel is different from other children. But in April, he was diagnosed with autism, a mental disorder that in its worst form can cut a child off completely from the world around him. We guessed it around age 2.5, but he was 3 when we got that diagnosis, said Matthew's mother, Brenda, which is my mom's name. The diagnosis led Brenda and Matthew's father, which my dad's name is Kevin, to find resources to help autistic children. October is Autism Awareness Month. It used to be years and years ago at that time, but it's now April for Autism Awareness Month. October is Autism Awareness Month, and Matthew is making progress with help from the Vancouver Island branch of the Autism Society of BC, based in Nanaimo. The society helps more than 300 island families with autistic children with programs and services. One of the programs it does is called the Get Real program, says Brenda. They have monthly gatherings which kind of brings the families out into the community by going swimming and that kind of thing, etc. The Autism Society of BC has information packages that explain the disease and how to get the diagnosis and where to turn for community and government services. Brenda says living with autism is definitely a challenge, and it's always a challenge basically, that focuses everything a family does around the needs of an autistic child. In the beginning, it was really difficult to take him out in public because he would take off, or he didn't like crowds and scream and have a fit, she says. I guess that's what I was so many years ago. Autism has no known cause, it's difficult to diagnose, and its behavioral symptoms are hard to nail down. Emotional swings such as temper tantrums can be symptoms, as is rebellious behavior and fixations on specific items or movements. Since the diagnosis, Matthew, who has a mild form of autism, is learning to respond to people and children outside his family. He has an aide who specializes with autistic children. The aide even attends preschool with Matthew. Matthew has also attended a daycare where he interacts daily with normal children. I'll tell you before I continue on with more of this. I actually had dealt with a couple of aides in the past. This aide I'm talking about, her name is Shanna Cook, whose last name is Davies now, but back then her last name was Cook. And yeah, she was working with me even outside of preschool. We did stuff together as well. Last September, he had 8 words, and last September of 2000, and this September of 2001, he had 80 words, says Brenda. Which is basically a huge progression. So that's basically all that is with this article. It's really, really interesting. I actually didn't remember this article until literally 2 years ago. But I just found it again, and I just wanted to share this with you too, because of course it's rare to get diagnosed with autism. But overall, it was definitely emotional, but I definitely liked reading the story. It's just very, very interesting, and it's something I'm never going to forget. Read this article. I'm always going to keep it around. But I hope you guys all have a good feeling with this. Remember that once you're growing up and you ever get a kid, be cautious, because you never know if that your kid could become autistic. But you never know, because it can always come unexpected.